Oh, really? Oh, come on. I can just see my isolation disappearing. Once I get industrial automation, into my automation, Wormfang Shrine is going to be great. Okay, I'm on the lookout for a nuisance. What do you call it? In Free Drone Central. Spore launcher. I discovered down there could be something really interesting. Oh God! Hercules, Alpha Centauri B, is the perishing perihelion. Good word, and I'll use it again and again and again until I use it in the right circumstance. In the next 20 years, we expect native life activity to increase dramatically. And there it is. Doesn't matter what you build. Well done. Out of the way. At least when the capture attempt fails, I get some money. Oh, I can just see my isolation just about to ebb away. Oh, this is getting exciting, this is. I can't wait. These lovely people. They're not going to land, are they? It's just going to fire spores into that city until the end of time. I still like capturing them. Oh, hello. Prime function accusator 5 of the consciousness on channel 7. And we'll learn all about them right now. So, these are the cybernetic consciousness faction that have the ultimate aim of turning themselves into robots. Or at least semi-robot, semi-human, cyborg kind of people, led by Accusator 5. I think she's originally from Norway. Can't remember where I got that from. He used to be able to get a really detailed database of the background of all the leaders and personalities and what they were before they became faction leaders on the Fire Access website. They used to have a little bit dedicated to Alpha Centauri and Alien Crossfire, to tell you. And I think I either I've referenced it already when I mumbled something about websites, or yes, I did it when I was talking about the free drones. That was it. Yeah, that site's now disappeared. Unfortunately, Fire Access have moved on to newer and bigger and more expensive and flashier games such as Civilization 5. So yeah, I'll just have to do this from memory. Accusator 5, she had a more normal name back when she was a lab worker at Zakharov's lab then I don't know, fell into a machine or something and bonded with it. Turned into a cyborg and then sort of ran off to do cyborg kinds of things. And now wants to turn us all into robots. Rational objectivity. She doesn't have a left side of the brain anymore, so she can work out maths puzzles, but not creatively. I don't think I get on too well with this faction. I'm not a rational kind of guy. Instead of, working and such, I'm talking about cybernetic consciousness now. Or cybernetic consciousnesses. Anyway, well, this faction's absolutely huge. Well, like +2 research, +2 efficiency at the cost of -1 growth. Okay, so you can't pop boom, but you can go democratic and planned economy and children's crushes, and that gives you +5 growth. So you don't get to pop boom, but then again, as the Hive or the Morganites, you don't get to pop boom either. -1 growth. Immune to cybernetic penalty makes sense. Rational choice. But then again, if you get a certain secret project I can't remember just about now, you can do that yourself. You can steal technology when capturing your base. Judging by the way I've set up this game, by accident anyone can do that. But then again, aren't they powerful enough already? I mean, look at all that. Then again, I say they look powerful. Just wait till we meet the aliens. The progenitor factions, they are just huge. I don't make fundamentalist choice in social engineering, but who does? So yeah, my hope is that they eventually go for. Give me a second. They eventually go for the free market economics that makes them really weak planet-wise, and I can sort of march all over them. In fact, I don't think they're particularly strong. But I don't do anything just yet. I'll give you a little hint to the future. Also, a word of warning. I seem to recall, as I was doing this, I was very tired, and I don't say anything particularly interesting or particularly enthusiastically, and I don't do anything other than build up my economy. Trust me, once we get to the next episode, things pick up. But if you've got a lot of stuff on and you just, you want an exciting game to watch, narrated in a lively, witty and entertaining manner, the next 30 minutes might not be your cup of tea. Anyway, back to me. Waste of my bloody time. Anyway, let's see what they've got to say. Cooperative. As I mentioned, they tend to be until you get to the later game. Hey, unsurpassed in terms of might. Made tales of your exploits. You're a prime function accusator 5 of the consciousness. Intention to dispose rationality and order on the inhabitants of this chaotic planet. You go, Sisterbot. Former colleague Mar. But I didn't think you need to update your diplomacy text, love. Lovebot. He was not a former colleague of mine. I've never met this Conqueror Mar of which you speak. And I'm not declaring war. I'm not declaring war on aliens. Huh? Yes! Doctrine flexibility. I'll give you whatever you want. Loyalty, yeah, why not? He held his arm too stiffly. Beautiful. Now I can get those, get the foil going. No, don't care. Yeah.
Technological advance is an inherently iterative process.
Field modulation. Hey, I'm more advanced than the consciousness. You recently demonstrated an enhanced left brain activity. Probably the new guy for. Have I? A treaty of friendship would be exponentially increase our mutual capabilities. Submissive, hang on a second. I don't want to limit myself here. Your conclusions are irrefutable. A treaty is the only rational path for our people. I prefer my right brain impulses in this one. Accusator 5. You can use what's left of yours. No. No, because I'm doing perfectly well in terms of I've got 315 energy. Well, maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. See what the drones have to say about that, shall we? Wonder where they are these days. Oh, come on. This is just crazy. If I wasn't the planet cult, this would be hell on it. This would be hell, this would. You won't be able to discover anything, because, you know, you won't be able to discover anywhere, because going through fungus is nasty. You'd probably be forced to do green economics, just so you could... go for some C4s. Yeah, just so you could go through the fungus quite easily. Now do you see what I'm doing? Because trouble is, I've got a lot of cities, but they tend not to have... yeah, they tend to be lacking in population, or indeed food resources. Apart from that one, that's doing great. And of course, kelp farms bring in 3, whatever the weather. And there's some sea faunas. And now that I can build it, I've got no problem planting forests everywhere. I think so too. You've had plenty of warning. Oh dear, you have to start, I'm afraid. I should have thought of that before being unhappy. Oof. How rapid that growth is. Some more sea faunas. What's he on with? I guess request me some money from all the planet pearls. I mean, they may revere the planet, but you know, got a certain self-preservation to think about. Which I request in my new book, Worshipping Planet for Fun and Profit. That'd be great. Ooh, now let's see. That's in a more general sense. There's a ball launcher between Freedom Central and Invictus, and I think I've just worked out where it is. Are you building formers? Ooh, no, changed my mind. Put a C in front of that, and you've got yourself a deal. This looks fairly interesting. See, there's so having such trouble exploring. There's always pods that are just not being collected. Oh well, should have thought of that. I can finally Empath Guild. I might stop building my own mind worms because of course they do double police duty. How long did they take to... 48 turns? Crikey. There's some more cybernetic territory. God, I bet she doesn't like me now. No, she's still magnanimous. Wuss. If only they weren't so expensive, mind worms. Once I get an industry set up, I'll be sorted. But in the meantime, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay. Again, 17 turns. It's a long time. Oh, hello, I found an interesting character. I shall tell you about now. All right, yeah, don't make the cues too obvious now, will you? God, I'm an idiot. Anyway, these are one of the two alien factions of the game. I say aliens, probably ought to call them by their proper names. These are the progenitor, one of the two progenitor factions, um, who are beings, advanced beings from another part of the galaxy, I think. Strange alien beings. The only reason they're not overwhelming us as we speak in this game, of course, I don't think they exist in real life. I can't be sure. Was because they lost most of their technology and most of their know-how when they crashed into planet. There's two factions, and the only way they are stopped from taking over all of the humans straight away is that the two factions can't stand each other. They are always at war, and that's not like they all hate each other. The game makes it so that the two of the sides can't make peace. They are stuck in a centuries old civil war that they've carried on through down to planet. We might put into more detail once we meet the other side of the conflict, and it's all to do with how to use the manifold. The manifold is an experiment that this race developed centuries and centuries ago, of which Alpha Centauri is manifold number 6. Now there's another faction that wants to stop transcendence and preserve the manifold experiment to the sort of to the natural to the natural way it was before humans or aliens arrived on it. These people want to exploit the planet. They think the manifold experiment has gone too far. Oh yeah, this is the thing that you learn in this game, that all this colonizing you're doing on the planet, it's actually somebody else's experiment. These are like 6 greenhouses that this alien race developed over the course of millennia, and Alpha Centauri is just one of them. These people think the experiment's gone on long enough and want to use the xenofungus to attain transcendence. The other alien faction can't transcend because it goes against their viewpoint. They're called the caretakers. These people are called the usurpers. They arrive 4 years after everybody else, and they arrive in a blaze of glory. If you ever see the introduction movie to Alien Crossfire, that's how they arrive. I'm sure you can search for it on YouTube. You're on YouTube now. Go search for it. Why not? I'll wait. Cool, good, wasn't it? I certainly enjoyed it. So what have they got? Well, being an alien faction, they get a lot. Nobody knows where they come from. This fella's called Judah Ma. Very little about him. Even that website, that Firex's website that's taken down now, doesn't know much about these people. Agenda: subvert planet for galactic domination. Oh dear. Look at what they start with: progenitor psych, Centauri ecology, field modulation, applied physics, and biogenetics. Immediately they've got a good 2/3 of the initial level 1 techs. +1 growth, +1 morale, -1 planet. It's unusual considering they're part of the race that created the planets. The caretakers get +1 because they want to look after planet. These people don't care. They want to grasp planet and use it for their own means, and planet's not happy about it. +25% offensive combat, just thrown in for the just make it a bit more overpowered. Free recycling tanks in every base. Get money for all the energy grid from all the infrastructure of the base, and the more base facilities they get, the more money they get in return. Start the game with an